Hey everyone, Vinayak here. I've been using VR for years now. From the time of pseudo VR, where I used to use headsets that needed a mobile phone, to my actual VR headset, which is the HTC Vive. The Vive was my first foray into actual VR with controllers and inbuilt screen, etc. But it was cumbersome to set up, and you needed a lot of space to play as you needed so much of wire too. It had to be connected to a PC. I wanted a wireless self-contained solution, and I have here the Meta Quest 3, Meta's newest VR headset. How good is it? Let's check it out in this video. This is the Meta Quest 3, the successor to the already popular Meta Quest 2. This is a 128GB storage version. There's also a 512GB version and nothing in between. We have the headset and controllers on the box, and we also have the Meta logo on the side. Since Facebook purchased Oculus and rebranded themselves as Meta, their products have this Meta name. This is an imported model, it's not officially available in India yet, and it looks to be the Japanese version. The internal box slides out like so. Nice. Meta Quest 3 is marked within, quite simple. And tearing away the straps on the side and opening it up, we have the headset and controllers within. This is the headset, and here's one of the controllers. This is the left hand controller. I like that the shape allows us to identify which one is which by just holding it. They weigh around 126 grams each, and with haptic feedback it makes VR more immersive. Here's the trigger, and it's easy to access even when holding the controller. This is the grip button which you would press when actually holding the controller. We have the Y and X buttons, and a thumbstick is also present on top. The Quest 2's loops are not present anymore on the Quest 3 controllers. This button here is the options button for the in-game menu, and here's the other controller, A and B buttons, and you have a thumbstick here too, and a Meta button. Now for the headset. Wow. It uses a combination of cameras and a depth sensor to map the play area. These are the cameras in front, and this is the depth sensor or the time of flight sensor, which can be found here on the center. Other than the Quest Pro, at this moment only the Quest 3 has a depth sensor, and the Meta logo can be found here. Volume buttons can be found underneath, and the metal prongs here are for charging if you purchase the dock. The dial here is to adjust the interpupillary distance, basically to set the distance between your pupils for better focus, as the displays would be right before your eyes as opposed to the sides, which can cause discomfort. This can be changed even when you have the headset on, which was a problem in the Quest 2. Removing this protective cardboard, we gain access to the strap. It's Y-shaped with the means to tighten the strap by pulling these sections to the left and right. And here is the padded facial cushion. Here are the lenses or the actual displays. These are LCD and with a resolution of 2064 by 2208 pixels per eye. Meta calls it the 4K plus infinite displays. Yes, it's 4K if you add the two, but I don't think it can provide 4K quality as compared to your TV. The lenses are called pancake lenses, which is a big improvement as compared to the Fresnel lenses from previous models. Even my HTC Vive has Fresnel lenses. The pancake lenses allow for much thinner lenses and a better field of view, and we don't have these annoying circles on them. It's much cleaner, sharper, and has a 110-degree horizontal and 96-degree vertical field of view. The PPD or pixels per degree is 25 PPD, which is higher than 20 PPD on the Quest 2 and even better than the Quest Pro's 22 PPD. The human eye is stated to have a retinal resolution of 60 PPD, so we are still much away, but we are getting there slowly. The sensor here detects if the headset is being worn and turns on the display only when this is triggered. We have a 3.5mm jack on the side if you want to use external headphones. The other side has a USB-C port which allows for charging and also can be used to link to a PC. Below that is a power button, and you have a tracking camera underneath that, and another one can be found on the other side too. What else is in the box? A charging cylinder and a USB-C cable, and also manuals. And it's a really nice box. I can use it to store the headset and controller safely. My kit also came with these rechargeable USB AA batteries, and first time I'm seeing something like this. The controllers need these batteries, but they already come with batteries pre-installed. So why these? The controller has this button here, push it down and the cover opens up. We have a Hey Bright battery, never heard of the brand, and pull off this plastic tag here to activate the controller. Now we are ready to set up the Meta Quest 3. Using the Meta app on your phone, you will need a Meta account for which you might already have Facebook or Instagram, so those accounts can be used to log in too. Once logged into the app, let's pair your headset. Enter the Wi-Fi details. Make sure Bluetooth is on your phone. Using the cameras on your phone, you can create an avatar. Now to pair the headset. Headset found. Enter the number present on screen that's on the headset onto your app, and now we are paired. It's done. It did take a few tries, but it still went through quite seamlessly. Wow, we have color pass-through, which is a plus as compared to the Quest 2's grayscale view, which is also blurry. The Quest 3 is miles ahead. Not that it's perfect, but much better nonetheless. And there is still distortion when trying to view objects in front of you, but you can still walk around quite comfortably as there's no latency. This is a plus for mixed reality, where we have 3D objects mixed with your real space. The boundary or safe play space is generated using the sensors and the cameras on the headset. It's quite fast. No need for any external sensors, everything is within the headset. The boundary is made quite fast and allows for small areas to play too. My Vive needed those light boxes and it needed to be in line of sight for better tracking. We needed a minimum of 2, placing them and powering them on was troublesome. The Quest 3 having all the tracking within the headset and controllers makes it so much easier just to wear and start using. I also found that it remembers the boundaries you have created around the house and it just picks up on them and notifies us that if you want to use the existing boundary or create a new one. Once the boundary is created and we move towards the edge, it shows up as a grid, and when we pass our hand through, shows up in red. The grid is the safe area. Crossing it may cause you to hit a wall or other objects, which the cameras and sensors took into consideration when it created the boundary. If an object is added later, there is no guarantee it will find it. So make sure your play area is clear before starting or rescan the boundary. The Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 processor and 8GB of RAM in the Quest 3 makes it a beast as a standalone VR headset. It boots up quite fast and games load quite fast too. In order to try MR or mixed reality out, we have a demo game named First Encounters. We scan around the room first. In this case, the objects are also taken into consideration and become part of the game. We have these cute little aliens that keep popping up through holes on the wall and ceiling, and we need to collect them. They can hide under your sofas and other objects, which makes the game even more immersive. The 120Hz refresh rate does make the experience more enjoyable and less straining on the eyes. I love the Star Wars game too, where we act like a Jedi and we can force, pull, push and cut enemies down using your lightsaber. The playtime is short, but it's still fun. Red Matter 2 is another game that's advertised as a game changer with updated textures for the Quest 3. It does make it look great. We have games like Roller Coaster, some horror games too. The headset came bundled with Asgard's Wrath 2, which is supposed to be a massive RPG with a lot of side quests and a lot of combat. It's supposed to be a showcase game for the Quest 3. I've installed it, but I didn't get to play it much as it just released at the time of writing this review. We have other games like Assassin's Creed Nexus, which was the first game I tried and the movement did make me nauseous, which was surprising as I'm already used to VR. If you move while standing in place, the brain gets confused and makes you sick. After a while, you do get used to it. I then tried out a few rounds of mini golf and it's really fun. We have multiple locations to play in and you need to move the putter as you would in real life. I really enjoyed this title. Thrill of the Fight allows you to box in VR, but make sure you clear out the area before playing as you could hurt yourself by hitting a wall or someone who's walking by. Sports games in VR make you feel like you're actually playing at the location. There are tons of games on the Meta Store from casual to AAA gaming. Games on the Quest Store are expensive and I have a lot of them on my PC and didn't want to purchase them again. So to play these PC games on the Quest 3, we have an app named Steam Link. Connect to the computer you have Steam active on and you have access to the whole library of PC VR games. This allows us to use the PC's powerful hardware and storage to play these games as the processing is on the PC, the battery drains slower on the headset. Storage is also on the PC and not on the headset, so the paltry storage that is provided does not cause any problems. Everything is not hunky-dory though, as there are times when the video quality does fall as it's streamed off the PC into the headset. But if you have good mesh Wi-Fi at home, it works wonderfully. Make sure the PC is connected via Ethernet to your router and the headset is connected to 5 GHz Wi-Fi. Did I mention all this was wireless? No cable is required to connect between the PC and the Quest 3 headset. So you can play anywhere as long as you're on the same Wi-Fi. Half-Life Alyx, a serious VR game which is a showcase for PC VR gaming, works really well and the interactivity works how it's supposed to be without any problems. Assetto Corsa, a car racing game, allows you to drive in VR and allows you to look left and right in all directions while driving. Hand tracking is another fantastic feature. You can keep the controllers away and use only our hands to control the on-screen items, select apps, resize or move windows. Really cool. And we can do most of the interactions using only our hands. We can view streaming video via YouTube VR or Netflix. The headset simulates a theater-like experience with a huge screen before you. If you are within a game and you need to peek out for a bit, just double tap on the side of your headset and pass-through activates. The pass-through works well. In low light, it's a bit grainy, but still enough to make you be able to navigate around your house. There's a bit of warping around the edges, so it can seem a little bit like the floor is moving, but it also warps and distorts around your hands. So if you want to use your phone, it's trippy. You can pick up calls easily, but typing text is not easy. The speakers are fine, it gets loud and the sound quality is great, but at max volume, it was not unpleasant, but you do miss some frequency ranges. So if you're playing a music-based game like Speed Saber or want more immersion, I would suggest using headphones or even Bluetooth earbuds. This 3.5mm jack here allows for easily attaching one to the Quest 3. And with Bluetooth, we have the choice to pair wireless earbuds. Battery life depends on the title you're playing. We get around 2 hours, which I'm not complaining, as the 2 hours in VR is quite long. If you're playing with others in line, the battery will not be adequate, as if there are multiple players, 2 hours may not be enough. The batteries on the controllers last really long, so you will not need to change them for a few months. There are tons of players trying to make their name in VR, but the Quest 3 has taken it a step forward by including MR or mixed reality. It is hands down the best way at present to engage in VR games. Experiences, and the wireless feature is also a big plus, which in the future when Apple's Vision Pro does release, the Quest 3 would already be a big contender against it. The standard strap included does get caught in my hair and also does push down on my ear, and I have ordered a different strap which has an included battery, but it has not been delivered as yet. Considering the pricing, the Quest 3 has already won, but feature-wise, eye tracking and a whole host of sensors that's also present on the Quest Pro, there's a lot amiss, but for most people, this is more affordable and quite value for money. It does everything well. It's a significant upgrade over the Quest 2 and is much easier to set up and use as compared to my HTC Vive, considering I don't need an external device to run the headset. There are tons of games available on the Quest Store, ranging from casual puzzlers to ultra-intense shooters and practically everything in between. And of course, through Steam Link, you can plug your headset into your computer and play a library of PC VR games as well. Now I don't have to need to check if my PC is detecting my headset and controls and everything is powered, which it used to take me 30 minutes of troubleshooting before I could even play on the HTC Vive. Now with the Quest 3, it just allows me to pick it up and start playing VR games without the inconvenience of traditional VR. And the Quest 3 is the PC, so it's self-contained and the camera tracks the controllers. It has made me fall in love with VR again and also has given us a taste for mixed reality. So what do you guys think? Is it worth it, or is there any better offering out there? Make sure to comment below. Also make sure to like, subscribe and also hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos are added. Thank you for watching and see you all next time.